Hi friends, good morning to all of. I hope all of you are fine. And up to this point, there should be no doubt. Yesterday we discussed the basic about the surface tension, and today we will derive the three different cases for that. And before that, we will analyze the effect of temperature on surface tension, and then some application of surface tension. Yesterday we took an example of liquid film. Consider a liquid film suspended on a U-shaped wire frame with a movable slide and stretching a liquid film. This one. Is it clear? Now we will analyze and we will derive it. As we know that, as we know that, as we know that the liquid film tends to pull, as we know that the liquid film, as we know that the liquid film tends to pull the movable wire. As we know that this liquid film tends to move the tends to pull the movable wire inside. So that's why we need to apply a force to maintain its position to pull the movable wire inward in order to minimize its surface area. In order to minimize its surface area. So we need a force F needs to be applied needs to be applied needs to be applied on the movable wire on the movable wire in the in opposite direction. Movable wire in the opposite direction. In the opposite direction to maintain, or we can say to balance this pulling effect. I hope up to this point there should be no doubt. Is it clear? We know that both the sides of the both the sides of the thin film both the sides of the thin film are surfaces exposed to air are exposed to air and thus the length along which the surface tension acts in this case is, please tell me, because both the sides of the thin film are of the surface is exposed to air, and thus the length along which the surface tension acts in this case. You have option B, 2B, 3B, 4B. Please tell me. 0, no. Please tell me the length. 210582. Very good. Remaining students. Very good, very good. It means the length will be 2B. It means yesterday concept is clear to you. In this case is 2B. So then a force balance, on the movable wire gives F is equal to 2B into sigma s, because surface tension force is force per unit length, and which length you already know. So the surface tension is expressed as F is equal to F of S is equal to 2B. I hope this step should be clear. Now next, in the U-shaped wire frame apparatus, the movable wire is pulled. Suppose this is the point, and if you are going to stretch it in this direction, then this liquid film is also going to stretch. And yesterday we assumed that stretched by delta x. So you are able to calculate the work also. In the U-shaped wire frame apparatus, the movable wire is pulled to stretch the film and increases its surface area. When the movable wire is pulled by a distance delta x, so the surface area increases by, tell me, what will be the value of delta A? The increased surface area is, wake up, my dear friends. The value of delta A is, what will be the value of delta A? The increased area of the film. If the displacement is delta x, 2b delta b, B delta x, B del x. Again, you are doing the same mistake. X plus dx delta x, that is also wrong. X plus delta x square minus x square, that is very good. 2b delta x is the correct answer. Nearly only 30% students gave right answer. Why not others? Sir, we are in sleepy mode. So delta x will be, that is a 2b into delta x. Now you are able to calculate the work also. For the work W, during this stretching process, work is equal to force into displacement. Work is equal to force into displacement. So W is equal to forces. We can say F into delta x. And F is equal to 2b sigma s into delta x. And we already know this 2b delta x is delta A. So W is equal to sigma s into delta A. W is equal to sigma s into delta A. Now we can introduce the concept of surface energy also. Is it clear? I hope up to this point, each and everything should be clear to each and every student. Please try to think and try to analyze if you want to get a good rank. Just you tell me what is sigma s. That is the surface tension. Very good. So W is equal to sigma s into delta S. Sigma s is surface tension. My intelligent students. And where we have assumed that the force remains constant. The force remains constant over the small distance. Over the small distance. And this result can also be analyzed as this result can be or can also be interpreted as the surface energy of the film increased by an amount of sigma s into delta A during this stretching process. Which is consistent with the alternative interpretation of sigma s as surface area or surface energy per unit area. Note down. As we have rubber band and you are going to stretch the rubber band in similar manner, here we are going to stretch the liquid film, and this additional energy or additional work is stored in the film only. Write down, this is similar to the, this is similar to the, yeah, similar to a rubber band having more potential energy, having more potential energy after it is stretched further. After it is stretched further, in the case of liquid film, in the case of liquid film, the work is used to, the work is used to move liquid molecules. The work is used to move liquid molecules from the interior parts, from the interior parts from the interior parts from the interior part to the surface against the attraction of, against the attraction of or against the attraction forces of other molecules. So we can say, therefore, surface tension also can be defined as, also can be defined as the work done, also can be defined as work done per unit increase, work done per unit increase in the surface area, increase in the surface area of the liquid. So up to this point, we have defined surface tension in two different manners. First different manner, that is the force per unit length. Is it clear? And second one is in terms of the in terms of the surface area. Is it clear? Or we can say in terms of the surface energy. I hope you noted down up to this point. And now we will analyze the temperature effect and some examples. Is it clear? Very good. Now tell me, what is the effect of temperature on surface tension? What is the effect of temperature on surface tension? Please tell me. What is the effect of surface tension? Effect of temperature on surface tension? Okay, I am giving you a very simple example and you will automatically analyze it. Suppose you have two options. Suppose you want to wash your clothes. First option in cold water and second option in hot water. Which one is more effective? It is a very practical example. Suppose you don't have any idea of surface tension also. It means in hot water. Very good. So it means the value of the surface tension is going to increase or going to decrease after increasing the temperature. So that's why you will use hot water for this process. Very good. Write down. Again, can you tell me what is the basic reason behind that? Just try to think about the molecules in liquid, cohesive forces are there. If you are going to increase the temperature, then what will happen? Just try to think. So that's why the value of cohesive forces are going to decrease and it will penetrate very easily. Very good, very good. And the bonds are going to weaker. Very good, very good. I need this momentum. Very good. So write down next. The effect of temperature on surface tension. And the surface tension is newly added part in GATE 2021 syllabus. So there are more chances that they will ask any question from surface tension. Because when surface tension was not a GATE syllabus part, then also they asked question in GATE 2007 and now it is a part. So maybe they will ask 100%. Effect of temperature on surface tension. We know that the surface tension varies greatly. The surface tension varies greatly from substance to substance. From substance to substance and with given temperature for a given substance for a given substance for a given substance. What is the value of surface tension? Please tell me what is the value of surface tension for air, surface tension for water? What is the value of surface tension for water? Any one of you? One. No. 0.07. 72.8. Who told you? Arey, my dear student, this question is incomplete because its value depend on the temperature. Did I tell you that at which temperature? All these properties like density, viscosity, and all these properties, we need to define only when you have temperature. At this temperature, this one. At this temperature, this one. Is it clear? Very good. So without temperature and pressure, there is no significance of all these questions. But sir, whatever, if we know something, then we will try to express it. Write down next one. At 20 degrees Celsius, the surface tension is 0.073 Newton per meter for water and 0.440 Newton per meter for mercury. Surrounded by atmospheric air. Surrounded by atmospheric air. Next point. The surface tension of mercury. The surface tension of mercury is large enough that mercury droplets are spherical. Mercury droplets are spherical. Yeah, mercury droplets form spherical balls. Is it clear? That can be rolled, but that is sufficient. That can be rolled. Write down next point. The surface tension of a liquid. The surface tension of a liquid in general decreases with the temperature. And becomes zero at the critical point. Become zero at the critical point. And the effect of pressure on surface tension is nearly negligible. And the effect of pressure on surface tension is nearly negligible. Please remember this thing. Now next point. We know that we can change the surface tension of any substance, or we can change the surface tension of fluid after introducing some substances into that fluid. and generally that fluids are known as surfactants. So the surface tension of a substance, the surface tension of a substance can be changed by can be changed by or can be changed considerably can be changed considerably by impurities by impurities and therefore certain chemicals certain chemicals called surfactants certain chemicals called surfactants are added or can be added can be added can be added to a liquid to decrease its surface tension to decrease its surface tension can be added to a liquid to decrease its surface tension. Is it clear? Yesterday I give you two example. First example, first example I told you washing of the clothes, and second adding kerosene in water. Surfactants. So for example, first examples we have soaps and detergents. We have soaps and detergents which lowers the surface tension of water. Surface tension of water. Surface tension of water and enable it to penetrate the small openings between fibers small openings between fibers for more effective washing. For more effective washing, more effective washing. Next, one more point. The concept of surface tension is defined only at interface, and we know that gases don't have any free surface. So this is applicable for a liquid or for a two immiscible liquids or miscible liquids which have an interface. Otherwise, there is no significance of surface tension. So surface tension for liquids, surface tension for liquids only at liquid liquid, liquid liquid, or liquid gas interfaces. Write down one more example. On adding kerosene, on adding kerosene to water, then surface tension, then surface tension, so the surface tension of water is going to decrease. The surface tension of water, or we can say water air interface, it is the correct word. Water air interface decreases, and that is the region. It is a very nice question for interview. That is the reason why insect or mosquitoes sitting on water, sitting on water sinks when kerosene is added to water. I hope now it should be clear to you. Yesterday, one student gave answer, sir, mosquito will drink the kerosene and then he will sink. It is not a case of drink and drive. Is it clear? So on adding kerosene to the water, then the surface tension of water air interface is going to decrease. And that is the reason why insect sitting on water sinks when kerosene is added to the water. Is it clear up to this point? MD Mulik, region for which? Is it clear up to this point? There should be no doubt. Very good. You can analyze some consequences, some more consequences. Write down next point. A curved surface, a curved surface, or a curved interface, a curved interface indicates a pressure difference, indicates a pressure difference, or sometimes you can use one more term, that is the pressure jump or pressure jump across the interface with pressure being higher on the concave side. Is it clear? Now we will derive three different cases for liquid droplets, for soap bubble, and for liquid jet. Somaprova, just tell me one thing. Liquid have free surface, but gases don't have free surface. Is it clear? And for solids, yeah, there is no significance for solid. Sir, why decrease surface tension on adding of surfactants? So that is the properties of the surfactants, na? To reduce the surface tension of the substance. Ah. Sir, why mosquito only? Because it will decrease the surface tension on that one. Otherwise, some can also walk on the water surface. That is also, and for that case also, surface tension is responsible. If we have anyone who is going to walk on the water, it means for that also surface tension is the responsible for that. Ah. So write down first out of three derivation. Surface tension on liquid droplet. Surface tension on liquid droplet. These arrows shows which forces, pressure force or surface tension force. These arrow will indicate which forces. Or if you have it, no, that is wrong answer. Any other? Very good, very good. अरे भाई note pressure force. That is this side. It means it is surface tension force. If you will confuse in such type of things, then how is it possible here? It is the surface tension forces. It is the surface tension. Is it clear? And the direction of pressure will be like that. This is the direction of pressure. And you are going to You learned all these things in your 11th class also, but we are confused till today. So this is this represent, this is the surface tension and this is the pressure. Sheldon, that is just a way of representation or nothing. Very good. So both are in opposite direction. Pressure force is in this direction and this one is in this direction. Write down. Consider a spherical droplet. Consider a spherical droplet. Consider a spherical droplet of radius r, having internal pressure density, having internal pressure intensity P in excess of the outside pressure density, in excess of the outside pressure intensity. If the droplet is, this is the initial case, if the droplet is cut down, is the droplet is cut into two halves, then the above forces will act. These one, the above forces will act due to pressure intensity, due to pressure intensity. That force on the projected area, on the projected area of pi into r square, and tensile force, and tensile force due to surface tension, tensile force due to surface tension, sigma acting around the circumference, acting around the circumference, acting around the circumference. And we know that these two forces, pressure forces and tensile forces, these two forces, these two forces will be equal and opposite, will be equal and opposite for equilibrium. So we have pressure is equal to force per unit area. So force is equal to pressure into area. So this P into pi into r square. And from this one, sigma into 2 pi r. 1 r and 1 r, pi and pi will cancel out. 1 r and 1 r will cancel out. And you will get E is equal to 2 sigma by r. Or in some books, you will get it is the because delta excess pressure. In some books, you will get delta P by 2 by 2 sigma by r. This is also correct. And in terms of diameter also you can write. Or in some books, you can also get like this. We know that delta P is equal to 2 sigma S of by R, and delta P is Pi minus P naught 2 sigma S divided by R. Sigma S means surface tension. Note down up to this point. Our first derivation is complete. Just sir, is surface tension always acting opposite of pressure side or pressure force? It is not necessary that always, but here both are in opposite direction. That's why both forces are going to balance each other. Sir, how does the internal pressure arise inside the droplet? Just try to think and give me answer. For why it is delta P? Homoprova. Just try to think. Anyone else? Sir, two surfaces inside and outside. Okay. Write down one line, otherwise. Otherwise, you will not sleep properly. You will understand with the help of this example. When a droplet is separated, when a droplet is separated initially from the surface of the main body, from the surface of the main body, from the surface of the main body of liquid, then due to surface tension, then due to surface tension, there is a net inward force that inward force exerted over the entire surface of the droplet, which causes the surface which causes the surface of the droplet to contract from all sides, from all the sides, and results in increasing the results in increasing the results in increasing the internal pressure within the droplet and the contraction of the droplet and the contraction of the droplet continues till the inward force due to surface tension is in balance with the internal pressure and droplet forms into sphere and droplet forms into sphere which is the shape of which is the shape for minimum surface area. I hope now you will sleep today night properly. Otherwise, you will say, sir did not give answer of my question. Is it clear? That's why it will get the spherical shape. Now happy? Very good. So whenever you ask, so that's why I always try to give your answer. If your question is up to the mark, I only skip your question in that condition if that question is time wasting or that is not relevant. If I feel that this question was good, so I explained because all these things are important for your interview point also. हाँ वो तो वही चीज तो मैंने समझा रहा था. Is it clear? Very good. Don't worry, if I am here, then you will get everything. Because I don't have that talent of like other faculty that within 20-30 hours subject is completed. Even a small subject also to finish, I need at least 30-40 hours for minimum surface. Now you can explain if someone will ask why the shape is spherical, then this explanation will help you. Write down one more point. That I already covered. Next point. Second one is pressure intensity. Pressure intensity inside a soap bubble. Pressure intensity inside a soap bubble. Pressure intensity inside a soap bubble. Then again, half of a soap bubble. We know that this soap bubble has two free surfaces. Then again, it is sigma, and pressure is in this. And this is the diameter or 2 times of r. The only difference between this derivation and previous derivation, in this derivation, at the place of P into pi r square, you need to write P into pi r square, but this side you will get sigma into 2 pi r into 2 because we have two free surfaces. That is the only difference. So write down a spherical soap bubble. A spherical soap bubble has two surfaces. Has two surfaces in contact with air. In contact with air. One outside and one inside. One outside or one inside, and the other outside, and the other outside. Each one contributes the same amount of tensile forces, the same amount of tensile forces, same amount of tensile forces due to surface tension. Due to surface tension. So again, the tensile force or due to, we can write directly. Now you will get at equilibrium P into I into R square is equal to 2 times sigma into pi R square. Is it clear? So you will get pi and pi will cancel out. So it should be equal to 2 pi R naught pi R square. This will cancel out. So P is equal to 4 sigma by R. 4 sigma by R. Or you can also write like this. Delta P of bubble is equal to 4 sigma S divided by R or capital R, both are same thing. Or we can write Pi minus P naught is equal to 4 sigma S by R. Where Pi and P naught, where Pi and P naught are the pressures inside and outside, pressure inside and outside the bubble. And you can write just, otherwise you will forget at the time of exam. These two factor in the force balance for the soap bubble is due to existence of opaque soap film, due to existence of a soap film with two surfaces, with two surfaces, one is inner and one is outer. So thus two circumferences in the cross section. Two circumferences in the cross section. Now it should be clear to each and every student. Very good. अरे del P means for pressure intensity both are same na, because inside pressure should be greater than the outside pressure na. Then only the bubble or drop formation is going to take place. Sir, why pressure is in inverse? Yeah, this type of question sometimes you ask. Okay, just tell me one thing. Pressure is tensile force or compressive force? Did you pass your 12th class honestly or just like that? Are pressure is tensile or compressive? Compressive, it means you know the answer. Compressive force means always in perpendicular inward direction. Very good. Write down this one. Now last, case 3. That is the pressure intensity inside a liquid jet. Pressure intensity inside a liquid jet. It is difficult to make liquid jet. I will try. This is liquid jet. Assume its length is L. And this is diameter, that is 2r. Now again, tensile force. and pressure perpendicular. So consider a jet of liquid of radius r, length l, and having internal pressure intensity E in excess of outside pressure intensity. Outside pressure intensity if the jet is cut into two halves, then the forces acting on one half are shown in the above diagram. Are shown in the above diagram. Again, we have two forces. One is pressure and second one is surface tension. So due to pressure intensity, due to pressure intensity, E on the projected area, on the projected area, that is 2 pi r into L. I hope it should be not 2 pi r. It should be 2r into L. 2r into L. And the tensile force and the tensile force due to surface tension and tensile force due to surface tension sigma acting along the two sides, that is 2L. Again, these two forces will be equal and opposite. Will be equal and opposite for equilibrium. P is equal to 2r into L sigma into 2L. 2 and 2 will cancel out, L and L will cancel out. So P is equal to sigma by R. P is equal to sigma by R. Or delta P is equal to sigma by R. I hope up to this point there should be no doubt and it should be clear to each and every student. And all these topics are from 11th class. You already studied all these things. But at that time you mark the formula. Yeah, for soap bubble, we have this one. For liquid drop, we have this one. Is it clear? Very good. Now please tell me the number of questions we have solved till now. The number of questions that we have discussed till now. 3, 2, 4. Please tell me 4. Write down question number 5. Sir, these derivations are important for GATE. Their result is very important for GATE because this year they introduced surface tension in your GATE chemical engineering syllabus. Is it clear? Sivraj, just try to think once again. Then we will discuss. Write down question number 5. GATE 2007, 1 marks. GATE 2007, 1 mark. Consider a soft film bubble of diameter d. If the external pressure is P naught and the surface tension of the soft film is sigma. Soft film is sigma. Then the expression for the pressure inside the bubble is, if you know the concept, 1 marks, 3 marks. P naught. Second one is P naught plus 2 sigma by d. Third one is P naught plus 4 sigma by d. And last one, P naught plus 8 sigma by d. Solve it. I need correct answers from each and every student. The right answer of this question is, everyone knows. Yeah, Pranav, how is it possible that answer is C? Just now I told you 4 is the correct answer. At least you should solve those questions which you know directly. Sridhar, how is it possible B? Fourth is the correct answer. Fourth is the correct answer for this one. Arey, just now I derived by. For soft film, we have Pi minus P naught is equal to Pi minus P naught is equal to 4 sigma S by R. R is equal to D by 2. So Pi minus P naught is equal to 8 sigma S by D. Or Pi is equal to P naught plus 8 sigma S by D. Is it clear? But Pranav, you are getting right answer after reaching your home now. It means you will lose your marks. So please take care of all these small concepts. Next question. Question number 6. If the surface tension at the air water interface is 0.073 Newton per meter, then estimate the absolute pressure inside an air bubble of 0.01 millimeter diameter. Please tell me the answer of this question also. The right answer is solid fast 58.4 kilopascal, 129 kilopascal. Absolutely wrong. Fourteen point six kilopascal, 159.7 kilopascal. Everyone is getting different answer. Now it is not your fluid mistake. Now it is your mathematical mistake. 162 kilopascal, 159.725 kilopascal. One last 30 seconds. Two one one eight nine nine. Very good. Up to this, only 5 students got right answer out of 50. Remember one thing, an air bubble, it is not soap bubble, it is air bubble. And an air bubble has only one free surface. Sarkar, your answer is also right. Only 5 to 6 students. But sir, we know everything and we know nothing. Very good. 29.2 kilopascal is the correct answer. And in exam, they will ask question like this also. Write down first, an air bubble has only one surface or one free surface. So delta P is equal to 2 sigma by R. 0.01 divided by 2. 10 is to R minus 3. (29.2 kilopascal). This is the correct answer. Don't worry if you are getting wrong answer. It means at least you are trying. I am happy with that. Next time you will get right answer. So please remember an air bubble has only one free surface. Very good. That is the pressure. Okay. You need to just calculate the at the place of this one delta P, excess pressure. Otherwise, so many students will confuse. Excess pressure, so that is delta P, that is excess pressure, is equal to this one. My main motto to give this question that air bubble has only one free surface. Now, okay, very good. Now, next thing, this is newly added topic in GATE, but UPSC conducted every year so many different exams. So I collected some question from the UPSC based on this topic. So we will solve 3 to 5 those questions so that we will get an idea that which type of question they can ask from us. Write down next question number 7. Some UPSC questions. Some 1 marks questions are here. Surface tension is due to. That's why conceptual knowledge is important. Surface tension is due to viscous forces, cohesion, adhesion. And fourth one, the difference between adhesive and cohesive forces. One marks, easy marks, and 3 marks. Which one is correct one? I already explained this concept. Which one is correct one? Yeah, how is it possible, Naveen? Fourth. That is only and only due to cohesive forces. Yeah. When you give such type of answer, then I feel very low. That the concept which I explained in last 3 hours, and you are saying, sir, B is the correct answer. Cohesive forces. Sometimes I feel that, do you want to test my patience level? Next question. Again, all these questions are from UPSC. If the surface tension of water air interface is 0.073 Newton per meter, the gauge pressure means with respect to the atmospheric pressure. The gauge pressure inside a raindrop of 1 millimeter diameter will be first option 0.146 Newton per meter square, 73 Newton per meter square, 146 Newton per meter square, 292 Newton per meter square. Solve it. The delta P which you will get, that will automatically give you the gauge pressure. So which one is correct one? 292 is the correct answer. Very nice. Keep it up, keep it up. I need answer from each and every student. Very good, very good. Remaining. Sir, after finding easy question, then we attack that. Like in your batch, na, if anyone of your friend who is weak as compared to you, then always your tone is very high in front of him or her. In similar way, in GATE examination, if we have any easy question, then we will attack that. So again, very simple. So delta B is equal to 4 sigma by D. 4 into 0.073 divided by 292 Newton per meter square. Next question. Question number 9. What is the pressure difference between inside and outside of a droplet of water sigma by D, 4 sigma by D, 8 sigma by D, 12 sigma by D. Because some students are ultra legendary type who will take 12 sigma by D also, where sigma is surface tension and D is diameter of droplet. Again, 1 marks, easy marks. Which one is correct one? Which one is correct one? B is the correct answer. Very nice. Second is the correct answer. Write down next question. I find a very nice question for MSQ. They can ask such type of question. They asked in 2010. All these questions are from UPSC. From question number 7. This question is a very wonderful question. They will ask such type of question in GATE. Consider the following statements. Consider the following statements. Then you will understand the significance of my classes and concepts. Consider the following statements. First, a small bubble of one fluid a small bubble of one fluid immersed in another fluid has a spherical shape. As a spherical shape. Second statement, the droplets of a fluid move upward or downward in another fluid due to an balance between gravitational and buoyant forces. Gravitational and buoyant forces. Third one, droplets of bubbles attached to a solid surface can remain stationary in a gravitational fluid if the surface tension exceeds buoyant forces. And fourth one, surface tension of a bubble a very nice, wonderful question. And in GATE exam, in MSQ, you will get first type of question only of a bubble is proportional to the cube of its radius. Which of the above statements, these statements are correct? First option, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Second option, 1, 2, and 4 only. Third one is 1 and 3 only. and last 2, 3, and 4 only. Take your time of 90 seconds and just try to think. And this year in GATE 2021, you need to face such type of questions. B, C, A, and why there is discrimination with A, D. You 210471 1 and 3 only, sir. Why not 2? That's why it is a UPSC question. C, 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 C. B. Seems, sir, everyone are correct except 4. Okay. Actually, according to me, the answer of this question should be, because first statement is correct, second statement is correct, and third statement is correct. But fourth, I am not going to digest, but they gave the answer of this question is first one. Is it clear? So we will think about the fourth statement after some time. Is it clear? So that's why I also discuss all the confusing questions with you also. Actually, this statement, just a minute. Surface tension of a bubble is proportional to the cube of the its radius. If this statement is there, then fourth option is absolutely wrong. Then right answer should be 1, 2, and 3 only. So that is the right answer of this question. Very good, Hari. So right answer should be first, second, and third. Very good. Write down next question. Question number 11. Unlike the viscosity of liquids, unlike the viscosity of liquids, the viscosity of gases with increasing temperature and this is due to, I need correct answer from each and every student. First one, increased cohesive forces, increased cohesive force between the molecules. Second one, increased moment transfer. Increased momentum transfer in the molecules. Third one, decreased momentum transfer in the molecules. And last one, increase in both cohesive forces and momentum transfer. So which is the right one? Again, it is also a UPSC question. Increase momentum transfer. So second is the correct answer. So if you know the concept, then you are able to solve such type of question. Last question, that is 12. The pressure inside a soap bubble. The pressure inside a soap bubble of 50 millimeter diameter. So you will get such type of question in GATE. 50 millimeter diameter is 25 Newton per meter square above the atmospheric pressure. It means above the atmospheric pressure, it means it is delta P or it is excess pressure. Above the atmospheric pressure, the surface tension in soap film would be first option 0.156 Newton per meter, 0.312 Newton per meter, 0.624 Newton per meter, and 0.078 Newton per meter. Solve it. Which one is correct one? Very good. Option first is the correct answer of this. Delta P is equal to 4 sigma by R. Sigma is equal to delta P into R by 4. 25 into 25 into 10 to R minus 3 divided by 4. 0.15625 Newton per meter. Question number 30. A very wonderful question. A spherical droplet, a spherical water drop of 1 millimeter in diameter splits up in air into 64 smaller drops of equal size. The surface tension coefficient of water in air is 0.073 Newton per meter. The work required, you will get this question in your test series also. The work required in splitting up the drop is 0.96 into 10 to the minus 6 joule. 0.69 into 10 to the minus 6 joule. 0.32 into 10 to the minus 6 joule. 0.23 into 10 to the minus 6 joule. This is your homework and you need to try. And tomorrow we will solve it. Only one topic left, that is capillary effect. And tomorrow we will discuss capillary effect, vapor pressure and cavitation. And then we will start with the pressure and pressure measuring devices. It is a JEE problem. Already they asked in JEE Advanced and they gave same problem in UPSC. Is it clear? I hope you enjoyed this session also. Thank you very much. Keep learning, keep smiling. I hope दिमाग के थोड़े ताले तुम्हारे खुल रहे हों. Clear है? I hope you are getting all these things. Not fast. Because I will finish this class. Next batch is ready. Sarkar, just try to think, then we will discuss. Sir, everything is clear. Okay. Thank you very much. Because all these concepts are important. Because you need to understand the concept. And if you will mug up the just formula, then forget about the rank. Because you are not only one who knows each and every formula. You have other brother and sisters who know every formula. Is it clear? That we will check tomorrow. You gave answer Harikeshav, 4th. I hope that is wrong answer. Now we will meet tomorrow. Thank you very much.